One of the questions that pops up a lot in Civil 3D is how to get my right-of-way shown on my section views. You can see here I've got a road. I've actually got an alignment that's turned off. But what we've got over to the right here is some sections. And so I'm going to look at section 1450 and how to get that right-of-way shown up on that. And I'm just going to use a line to show it for a typical idea. Couple things we can do, but probably the easiest is to actually use the new object and projection option. And so what I'm going to do for the sections I've got is I'm simply going to find section 1450 here, and I'm going to draw a line to show it. And one of the things you'll want to do is actually use a 3D poly. So I'm going to use my start of my 3D poly, and I'm going to simply trace. And you can see my right away there. I'm just going to trace across, and I'm going to go ahead and run it out to 1750. Now, this is a 50-foot offset, but it'll work for what we're doing. So now I'm going to pick that line, and here on my ribbon, I want to go to the Home tab and the projection panel. Mine's a little bit collapsed here, but you can see this bottom option is actually section views. I'm going to drop that menu down and select Project Objects to Section View. So now I've got that view selected, and now I need to pick a view to project it on. And I'm going to come over here to section 1450 where I want to show that right away. I'm going to select the view, and it's going to bring up the Project Objects to Section View dialog. What I can do here is select the style, the elevation, all these things. Now, my 3D polyline was drawn at 0, so I need to use the elevation options to make sure it actually shows up at some elevation in the view. What I'm going to do is use the Set All option here and say, go ahead and place it on the surface EG. This is going to set a marker for me on the surface EG. The other thing I've done is I've gone ahead and set up a projection style called Section Flag. My Section Flag style just shows a flag block, and let me jump over and show you that and show you how that's set up. I'm going to edit that current selection. So within my projection style for section flag, on the section tab, I've picked the object I want to display. That's the AutoCAD 3D polyline, and then I've picked the flag marker style. And this marker style is actually under the multi-purpose marker styles, and you can see I've picked flag. You could pick any number of things, but I like the flag. It's kind of a very obvious symbology. So there's my section flag projection style based on the flag marker style. Tell that OK, tell that OK. I went ahead and used the EG surface elevation so you can see the insertion value is going to come in there. And I'm not going to label this at all. I'm just going to show the flag on my section. Click OK, click OK. Get a little bit of information about my corridor being out of date, but that's OK. And there's my right-of-way line. Now, I'm going to pan over. Actually, I'm going to switch to two views here. So let me get my view space set up. Let's see if I can get this to horizontal here. I'm going to keep that view zoomed in. I'm going to go ahead and revert this one to a planimetric view. And what you'll find is that if I modify this 3D polyline, or if I did something like that, you'll see that the flag is updating in real time, and it's just matching along. So as I move that in or out, I can even move it across, and you'll see that that flag maintains the elevation of the EG, shows me that flag, and works its way through the system. Now, there are other options using feature lines, 3D blocks, and other object styles, but I find the easiest to use is a 3D polyline. Hopefully this helps some of you that have been using some of the complex ideas like marked points and other things in building your corridors to show those right-of-ways, and hopefully you'll see some benefit to other projection styles in Civil 3D 2010. Thanks.